Welcome to The American Spectacle, a podcast dedicated to the art of American dance, exploring the past, present, and future of dance, and discussing ways to re-engage communities, young people, in the most American of all arts, dance.
Before we begin, what if one drink could carry the weight of a lifetime? The Dressing Drink, a memoir by Thomas King Flagg, peels back the layers of an orphan's legacy, blending beauty, heartbreak, and hard truths into one unforgettable story. The Dressing Drink, available now wherever books are sold.
Hi, hello. I'm Thomas Flagg, the host of American Spectacle. I'm a longtime supporter and arts advocate of the art of dance. Today, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to Marcus Smith. Marcus!
Hey, what's up, Mr. Flagg? Thomas, good to see you again,
How are
sir.
you?
Yes.
And today, what we're trying to do is raise consciousness, raise the reality of what we can do right here in Brevard, in Melbourne, to start the performing arts, for me, particularly dance, what we can do to make that start to grow. And, you know, it's post-COVID. And so now it's our time to come back up. So here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. So tell me a little about yourself, a little background.
Well, a little bit of my background, retired military, 30 years of service, retired Lieutenant Colonel from the United States Air Force, retired in 2021, originally from Atlanta, Georgia. So I've been around dance, arts, culture, film and entertainment for a number of years as a young person. But I decided to stay here in Melbourne and Brevard County just because I really love this area. I really love the potential. And as I was seeing things, it was a lot of potential, but nothing really happening, right? And I consider myself to be more of a implementer or executor. My dreams, I sort of dream in reality. Right? You know, you come up with these things. It's like, okay, well, if that's possible, let's go try to do that. Right? Because the only way you're going to really know if something works or if something can have a big impact is you gotta try. Right? And so here I am. So after 30 years of service, retired here. I'm a financial advisor. And when I put on my daytime hat is what I do. I love financial literacy and teaching people to be financially empowered. And then in the afternoon, I'm a community advocate. I'm a community leader. I do a lot of things throughout Brevard County. And one of the things I'm involved in that we're going to talk about is I'm the first vice president at the historic American Legion Post 191. I've been a leader there for the last 3 years because we have to figure out how to revitalize communities. We have to figure out how to improve the quality of life of residents and citizens. And I'm just a big believer, and I call it the arts, culture, and entertainment movement, the ACE movement. Right? That's what I've sort of coined it as now, just so I could, you know, I'm one of those people, I like to have a slogan, hey, ACE movement, ACE, you know, that kind of thing. So we started this ACE movement, and it's just a way of helping people to have pride where they live, to love where they live. Because if they're dealing with frustrations, if we can help them to have entertainment, good food, and those kind of things, and have
the
culture,
bright side,
right? Then they're going to enjoy it more. So
sure, of course.
That's it. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Which means a lot to me. We're working on the Brevard's Got Talent. Being able to find talent in the community. Yeah. What does that take?
Well, let's go back to how we met, right?
Right.
We met, I forget exactly what meeting, but it must have been a chamber meeting. And I don't know what it was about you and Michaela, and we started having a conversation. Then immediately we went to go see the American Legion. I mean, almost same day we left. Oh, it was a Melbourne chamber meeting. We met, and then I was excited to meet you and to hear the things that you were passionate about. One of the reasons why you moved here and decided to stay here, because you could have been anywhere, Tom, and we talked about that. So as a part of that, for me, the seeds were planted. We started thinking about, well, what could we do, right? And so Brevard's Got Talent was sort of born out of, partially out of that conversation. It was something I've been thinking about for a while, because being a resident here since 2010, I've gone to a number of different locations. I meet people but there's just nowhere for them to showcase their talent.
And safe place to showcase their talent.
Safe place to showcase their
Very
talent.
important.
Right.
Very important.
Right.
Yeah. I just was having a conversation with someone who, she's also her name is also Alexandra, and she's been doing, creating a space for young people, young creatives. That word safe is so much louder than it used to be.
Right.
You didn't think about that
We didn't
as
have
much.
to think about it as much, right?
But now that means you can be any shape, color, size, whatever, come together. And what you have in common is your creativity.
Right.
And then your ability to manifest that. So it's great if you can sing, you can dance, you can paint, but when can you, as we say, put it on its feet?
That's
When
right.
can you make it live? And then there's the whole support of that, which are sponsors, which are development in general. Where do you find those and how do you put those together?
Well, you just get started.
It's a great answer, man. I'm right there. And that's it.
I mean, and what we kind of talked about with Brevard's Got Talent using the historic American Legion was that captures the essence of the USO talent shows that they used to do in World War II, right? They did those variety shows as a way of improving the morale for the troops,
Sure.
as a way of showcasing and connecting talented people with the mission of, helping the troops to improve morale. And of course, America's Got Talent, very popular show, been on for a number of years. So hence, when you start something like Brevard's Got Talent and you just get started, it's, hey, we're doing this thing. People hear about it. You put the machine together, social media, you advertise, and you stay consistent every fourth Saturday of the month. So you provide a level of
So when is
consistency every fourth Saturday of the month.
You want to be there.
That's right. You want to be there. Absolutely. Because what we're doing is we're breaking the ice, right? We're creating a climate and a culture to say, whatever your talent is, and we've already had a variety of talent. We've had our third shows tomorrow. Right. We've had a variety of talent already. And, come share it. One of the things I've learned about mentoring young people, and I have a number of different young people that I mentor, being able to express is the starting point of that manifestation that we talked about, that you keep mentioning, right? So if a person is frustrated and they're not able to express themselves, they really become more frustrated. They really don't really know how to make things better in the world that's around them. And they act out on their frustrations.
Certainly do.
So let's give them a place to enjoy.
I always think that I don't know if there's anything more important in the world than what we're talking about right now. I was orphaned when I was very young, and I was so fortunate because when I can think of what could have happened to Mr. Little Crazy, it could have been bad.
Understand.
But I had great mentors.
Yeah.
I had male role models, coaches, teachers, people that were sort of in my circle. One was a full bird colonel.
Oh, wow.
And he was like my father.
Yeah.
But these were great men. They were great. And I said, he was a kid. You go, these are great men.
They became a role model for you.
And you thought it was normal.
Right.
Well, some of the stuff that's gone down in the church, in the Boy Scouts, in the this and the that never happened to me. And if there was ever a mark, it was me. Like this kid who was like, let's go, where's the party, what's going on? So to find a safe space with safe mentors, with people that are dedicated to helping kids. I just came back from Ireland. It's unbelievable, the culture of family.
Wow.
Which you used to see here.
You used to see here, yeah.
But you don't see it anymore. And the things I've seen have inspired me and re-inspired me to not only just helping kids, but making it real. How do you take the next step, the next step, the next step? That's what I do. I'm a professional manager of artists.
Right.
So I take them through that whole curve too. And, and for every one thing that we see and we do, well, you twist the facet on that gem and you'll see another angle and another angle and another way to make money and another way to survive That's really important that they understand that there is a payoff in there.
Yes.
As long as you think creatively.
Right.
You know?
And we talked about that, right, Tom? Because I think the importance of doing it as a monthly showcase, as opposed to when they did Brevard's Got Talent a few years back, it was just the annual event. But in my mind, I wanted to do it monthly, so that way we can really discover more talent. But then at a certain point, build up the momentum. You touched on it, right? You're doing it, you build up the momentum so that we can get to a full production type event on an annual basis, right? So we are figuring out how to monetize it. We are figuring out what's the value add, not only for the participants who are showcasing their entertainment, but the people who are coming to see the entertainers.
Right.
They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because
energy.
Where else can you see a variety of talent? Where else can you see diversity in action?
For low dough.
Right, for low dough. I like that, low dough, right?
Yeah.
You know, but this is all in the keep this going so that we get to a big production. We talked about maybe February, maybe next fall, right? We bring out some of the professional folks that you know, and we really put on a true dance production, right? But now we're just at the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
And at least here in Brevard County, right? Yeah. But I tried to explain to somebody, Atlanta wasn't always like this. When I grew up in Atlanta, that was the when hip hop first started. I mean, I could think of the original rappers out of Atlanta. Nobody knew those folks. Before the Outkast, before the T.I.s, before all of these more popular rappers who are out now, you know, Atlanta was not on that scene. Atlanta was not making movies and TV shows and things like that.
Huge market now.
It's a huge market now. But see, I see a similar thing for this area. The ACE movement is very real. There's a lot of potential for that to happen right here. For arts, culture, and entertainment to be here on a regular basis and to be culturally available for what you want to see. Because, I mean, people can go to the Henniker Center, that's there, and there's different things now, but not everybody enjoys that type of entertainment. There's so much happening here. There could be enough for everybody to enjoy.
You know why, don't you?
Why's that?
You.
You.
No, you.
We.
We. But it's great. And I just want to commend you for, you know, your discipline of thought and your consistency and your commitment, because it's not for everyone. You know, it's not for everyone. And, you know, as I say, I just think, I don't know if the world, certainly America, has ever had such a challenge. It's worse than a challenge. It's terrible. It's diabolical, awful that's happening to kids. And if you can make it safe for the kids, good for the kids, inspire the kids, give them something to look forward to, man, then you're doing God's work.
Yeah. But I say this, and again, I'm a financial advisor. We always say something for the kids, but I'm going to tell you the people who I think are struggling the most, that's the adults. That's the adults right now who's really have grown up. I'm not going to tell you my age. I know you kind of told yours earlier, but we're not going to say that. Talk about that.
I think it's hard being in your 20s. Yeah.
There you go. All right, I'll take that. But when I think about communities and community revitalization means that's for the people who are living there now, right? Inspiration is very important, but if we're able to do things to help improve the quality of life, improve the lot of the people that are living in it right now, living in the crap right now, living where their frustrations, the kids are going to get it by osmosis. They're going to get it just because we're improving it for everybody, right? A rising tide lifts all the boats.
So I was just wondering, how do you build the team to make this really something real? How do you identify like-minded individuals who will come together and inspire others to do it and manage it?
Wow, that's a great question. And that's definitely one of the challenges of trying to create a movement or a sustainable movement. One of those challenges is getting allies or getting other folks that believe in what's possible, right? Because back to your word manifestation, one individual can have a vision, right? And one individual can have something in their head, but it's something totally different to take that vision, share it with others, and get them to say, I like that. I want to be a part of that. And then they're going to bring their own piece of the pie, their own vision to what's going to take place. So Brevard's Got Talent. I was very fortunate to start a committee, and the very first committee person was a young lady by the name of Michaela Dillon.
Oh, she's great.
She's great.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, she's great. And Michaela and I, from that initial time we met, we just started talking and brainstorming. Now, I've been very fortunate and I'm grateful from the standpoint of my time here. I get around, and we talked about that, right? We talked about time management, being in different places. Sometimes to the point of where, oh, Marcus here, Marcus is there, but I have fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy hearing what they're doing. I enjoy sharing what I'm doing, and more importantly, I enjoy hearing them share what they're doing.
Which makes you a human being, which we seem to be losing out there,
Not really.
Well,
I don't think we're losing it. I think that everybody, some things are not lost as much as we just need to find that niche again, right?
Well,
even as we're talking right now.
I'm an optimist.
Right.
I'm an optimist.
I'm a realist.
Okay, good.
I'm a realist.
That's what I call myself, an optimistic realist.
Yeah, optimistic realist, right? Yeah. Because you may reach a point to where it's like, hey, this is not really working. But back to the committee, right? And so when we started that, Brevard started with Michaela, and I started reaching out to other people that I knew, right? Kimberly Ellis, Kimmy Events, Ashley Tate is a wonderful, talented young lady. And I'm sure at some point you may have met her, you'll meet her again. She's an independent film producer. Mm-hmm. She's producing films over at the American Legion, little short clips. Kimberly does wonderful events. Maria Santiago, she's a good friend of mine. She's the treasurer of my campaign. I'm running for city council for Melbourne.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Well, I didn't know who wanted to talk about that.
I think it's important.
It is. And I was talking with one of the people that you brought here from New York.
Jamal?
Not Jamal.
Alexandra?
Alexandra, and who else?
Michelle.
It
was 1 out of 3. I got it.
It was 1 out of 3. So Michelle said something to me. She's like, "Oh, you're running for office, and you're doing this." She didn't call it ACE movement. That's my word. And you're doing this movement, this arts movement. She said, "That's important. That's powerful." And I was like, "Thank you. I received that." And I think the point that she was making about that, because I believe in both of those, right? I don't call it politics as much as I believe that it's leadership. And we need good leaders, and we want to believe in our leaders, and we want to believe in the ability of our leaders to get things done, right? We want to be able to have leaders that can listen to people, and we want to be able to have leaders that also have, I would say, good ideas that's going to produce benefit for the greater good, right? And particularly when you're doing public service, that's really what it's all about. Are we producing results? Are we getting things done for the greater good, right? And you can be discussions on what's good, what's bad, but my belief is, and it's funny that Toyota commercial says, right? You can be moving in any direction as long as we're moving forward, right?
Yeah.
So let's continue to move forward, and we'll make adjustments as we go, because paralysis of analysis, that's not good. Being stagnant, that's not good, because if you're staying stagnant, nothing's changing. People are frustrated, so they're not seeing any movement. So they're not seeing any change, and they're just like, "What the hell is going on?" Right? So, arts, culture, and entertainment movement. Pair that with leadership. Pair that with. I've encountered so many people across Brevard County that want to see more culture here, want to see more arts, want to see more entertainment.
We have a tourist industry.
Why we're not doing it?
Boom.
Why we're not doing it? Right? So there's so many challenges. Some of the challenges is we need people to put funding or put belief where their hearts are, right? But it can't just be about donations, just can't be about altruism. So that means we need to do something to where they see value and they're gonna give towards that, because that value is not gonna give back, right? That's how I am. I think more of like an investor of planting seeds, and then we're going to keep watering, weeding, and we're going to watch this plant grow, as opposed to, you're going to just give it to me and.
Well, we talked with Michelle earlier that art has value. It's not free. It's not free.
That's right.
So you have to build around that and continue to parrot that over and over. Because people say music, it's free. Dance, it's free. It's not, folks. It has real value. Equitable exchange.
Right, so that's what we're in the process right now, figuring out what Brevard's Got Talent. We're figuring out the mechanisms to monetize it, right? So we're starting looking at sponsors. We're looking at vendors. You're right, we have a space. the American Legion, the proceeds from Brevard's Got Talent benefits the Veterans Program and the revitalization of that historic building, right? And that building was designated historic by the city of Melbourne, another one of my initiatives that I worked with other folks in the community, because Melbourne had designated downtown Melbourne and O'Galley with over 100-some properties with historic significance, but none of the properties south of Crane Creek were designated with historical significance. And Melbourne was originally settled by 3 freed slaves, right? Back in 1867 land grant. So before it was Melbourne, it was known as Crane Creek. So where we're located with this American Legion, we're revitalizing, we're raising funds right there for that building and for the veterans that are there, so that the veterans and the community have a place to continue to express, continue to enjoy, continue to bring their friends and family and loved ones or visitors, tourists, whatever, so that they could see and enjoy and have a good time.
Yeah, it's also honest. It's honest. You know, what we're trying to do is from the most deepest place to, you don't find that in theater and music. You need where it's honest and intimate. Right, where you can get that energy in and give that energy back.
And that's got to be the thing you love about dance or singing or art.
Right.
It's coming from heart. It's coming from the heart. It's passion.
From the God within.
It's coming from the God within.
God
right?
within.
Right. And you don't normally get that just in any other arena.
That's right.
Right? You may get a facade. You may get a semblance of something. But when somebody's expressing themselves creatively, it's coming from within.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've done great work here today. You know, we're very fortunate to have you. I can't say that, like some of the other guests I have, you flew through the hurricane, but you're here.
I drove here.
You're here, and it's good. Marcus, thank you so much.
Thank you, Thomas.
Marcus Smith. If you enjoyed today's episode, please join us for upcoming podcasts, where we'll speak to some of the most consequential voices in the dance world. For more information, you can go to my website, thomaskflagg.com. In addition, you can find me on all social media platforms. If you want to learn more about me and my unique journey, please check out my book, The Dressing Drink. It chronicles my early life and efforts to better understand my parents, both entertainers in their own right. I'm Thomas Flagg, and thank you for joining us today.